today's episode. One and only life ender technique that really works. Everyone knows that if I'm here and Hedi decides to punch me to the throat, like this, and ends up breaking my windpipe. When this part of my neck collapses, so does my ability to breathe collapse, and eventually I will die. Quite easy, right? Now, I want to address a bit of this life-ending techniques. These are the most effective ones. It's very easy to actually kill a human being by hitting somewhere that actually hurts or breaks. But then also, those are the techniques that, used in a wrong context, will just get you in jail. Is there like a place where I could just, sort of like stun the person? Well, now we're talking about how people get knocked out, but this is not a precision fight, even though you see a lot of this precision stuff in the internet. But everyone knows that it's sometimes the lamest punches that will get a person knocked out. If Hedi makes a cup of her hand like this and decides to slam me to my ear, goes like this, okay? And it doesn't have to be very much. You can do it to yourself. Yes, we do this hard way and we will break an eardrum. And as a mark of success or failure, so especially when you're doing this to yourself and you feel some liquid coming down, you have eventually broken an eardrum. Now, doing that at the same time we are here and I am coming to her, her hands are inside, and she does this, like this, clapping her hands. Only difference is that my head was there in between her clap. And now as the eardrums do this, I start to feel very disorientated, giving her time to get away. Don't believe this? Try it first on yourself, of course. So, throat, ears. Okay, now, when it goes into eye couching and stuff like that, it's not in a situation where we're wrestling and everything is like this and you think that you have time to dig someone's eye out. Well, you don't, because it's very easy to prevent. I will close my eye. Now it's gonna be very hard for her to actually punch through that. But when I am eyes wide here and now she does this, just bring the fingers to the eye, punching them, and at least you will get disorientation. Eardrums, eyes will probably not get you in jail. Breaking someone's throat, you will have serious consequences. Then, of course, when we go to the magical groin kicks, oh, they don't affect me. Okay, of course, when you get internal bleeding from the testicles, or you break the hip bone down here, it's going to be very hard to walk. If a person doesn't feel pain, so they are medicated enough, and you break structure like hip bone or something like that, and a person cannot operate anymore, it cannot function. The walking goes like this. So when it comes to the fight and life enders, the thing is that throat is one of the most serious parts of a human being. It's very fragile. When we are training and we are practicing punching to the throat, punching to here, we just have to be very careful what we wish for, because in a sudden event, I go like this and she has done the precision fighting here and she eventually strikes me to the throat. I get hit here, suffocate, and eventually die. So even though it might be very, very effective, we just also have to be very wary of the consequences, and so that we are prepared to actually carry those consequences. And the same thing goes with everything we train. Like, we see the videos where we take the knife away from the person. As I take the knife away, my initial reaction is to cut. Okay, well, she might go to cemetery in this case, and I will go to jail. Because where was the justification for that cut? And that makes the self-defense a bit tricky, because it is not sort of like consensual. So, okay, we agree that we are fighting. We're not in a ring. The same thing that goes to, oh, in a street fight. Well, you know, not a sensible person winds up in a street fight. We might end up in a self-defense situation where there's nothing consensual. I don't want, or she doesn't want to make any defense, but she has to because we are so close, she cannot get away. There was no time, there was no de-escalation part or anything. But then she needs to have done some work that will actually affect me so that she will get away, not permanently terminate me. All right, guys, these were our thoughts about life enders or lifesavers, because the techniques go both ways. If you liked the episode, please do hit like, hit subscribe, and follow us for more. A little sneak peek. In the next episode, we are going into checking out whether a self-defense technique actually works or not. There is a quite simple formula to determine that.